Hello and welcome. I thought today I would do a buyer's guide for the Singer 700 series machines. Just something really to refer to in case you're looking at buying a Singer 700 series or you come across one and you're not sure of the condition. Just a few things to keep an eye out for. And this machine, by the way, has not been serviced or cleaned or anything, it's just as I found it. So just to go through a few things. One is make sure the foot controller is present, and quite often it's stored in the actual case here. You just push the little metal latch back, lift the plastic flap there, and foot controller should be all there and complete. The only thing that really does go wrong with these foot controllers is they can blow the capacitor in there. And I've done a video showing how to open the foot controller, but that's no big deal. If the capacitor blows, it can be removed and you can use the machine without it. Or the best option is to get it replaced, but it's an off-the-shelf item. So just check that the foot controller is present. The other thing to check, although it's not 100% necessary, is that the accessory box comes with the machine. And well, this one's actually got a walking foot attachment. That's quite handy. Yeah, the thing with some of these models is that they have interchangeable cams. Interchangeable stitch patterns, flexi stitch cams. So they're quite handy to have. And they just, in some models, if you open the lid here, you can actually interchange them by pulling that buttonhole, that's the buttonhole cam. You can then go ahead and install the pattern cam there. Also make sure, if you want to do buttonholes, make sure it's got the buttonhole cam, which normally lives in the top here. There's a gear that drives this cam stack here. So on a machine like the 760 here, it would probably be a good idea before testing the cam stack to remove the buttonhole attachment, and that just pulls straight out, and that way you can get access and see through the top here. While you're turning the machine over, you can see this turn. So the one thing is to check that if you have a look in here, you can see when I turn the wheel it turns the cam stack, and what you want to do is you actually want to turn this so that it goes around one full revolution, and you don't want that feeling at all tight during that full revolution. So as you're turning this, you can use this little locator here as a reference to see if you've gone a full revolution. And if at all the machine binds up, and this is always in the same place when it does bind, that's a surefire way of telling whether the the gear is broken. So just do a full turn like that until you come back around to the start position where you started off, and that one seems fine. On a machine that you can't take the buttonhole attachment out of, you won't necessarily be able to see this section here. This is underneath that part there. So what you want to look for on that type is, because you can move that freely, and you might sort of think, well, maybe it is broken, but what you want to look for is when you turn the hand wheel that this here is turning like that. Now this is on the 786, and the other type of machine that I've got, the 726, is the same as this, or similar. But we'll take off the lid here just to get a better look. and you can see the cam stack underneath there, and you can see it turning there. So that would indicate at that stage that the gear is actually intact. But if you keep going, it's starting to get a little bit tight, and there, getting quite tight, loosening up, and there it stops spinning, and that's because the cam stack gear is broken. So that whole cam stack turning there, so there's a whole lot of teeth broken off there. When you take it around to it stops there, that's a tooth engaged, and we can probably pick that up. There we go, just picked up the teeth again, and away we go. But yeah, that's obviously not a good sign. So broken cam stack on this one. So just make sure that this here turns one full revolution without binding or stopping, and that's a fair indication that the cam stack's good. This is what the cam stack looks like. I've removed this one from a machine that's got the broken cam stack, and this is what you can see in the top. When we were turning the hand wheel, this was slowly turning, and that is being driven by a gear on the main shaft. Now that gear meshes in with this gear here, and you can see a problem here. There's a gaping hole here. This gap shouldn't be there at all. So this gear is actually cracked, and I would say, looking at that possibly one whole tooth has been stripped out. So I see this from time to time on these 700 series machines. Of all the machines that I have, you know, the ones that I keep for my collection, and parts machines and machines I haven't assessed yet, I think I've got 9 machines, and 3 of them have got broken cam stack gears. So, you know, a third failure rate at this stage, and considering these machines are, I think, 1970s era, you know, it's not too bad. The problem if this does happen is I don't think it's repairable. I don't think these parts are available. It would be nice if a third-party manufacturer could replicate these and make these again, but I don't know of anywhere that sells them. If anyone does, if they wouldn't mind leaving a comment in the comments section below, that would be greatly appreciated, because I think these machines are worth fixing up, and this is probably the biggest potential issue that these machines could have, where, you know, it makes the machine non-repairable or uneconomical to repair. It wouldn't be difficult to replace this. This is held in by one screw through the top here, and there's not a lot to get this out, and, you know, if there was a replacement, it would be a matter of just putting another one of these in and timing it, and you'd have a perfectly good machine again. So I don't know whether it's because of lack of maintenance or anything like that. I guess if there was not enough oil on this shaft here, it might bind up and cause that to sort of seize, and then the drive gear is going to put strain on this gear here. Yeah, I guess that's a possibility. Or whether it's just that the machine's had a lot of use, or whether it's had hard use, or whether it's just outright age. I don't know. But as I've mentioned in other videos, I've got a Singer 726 which I use quite a bit and have used quite a bit, and it's not suffering from this problem at all. So I don't think it's a major weakness, but it is definitely something to look out for. I think if there are no parts available at all anywhere, this is a real deal breaker, this problem. Obviously not being able to get the part. Most other problems that might crop up with these machines, I think, can be overcome. And when you want to put the buttonhole attachment back on, if you turn it upside down, you'll see a little cutout here, and that mates with this little driver here. So you line those up like that and just push that back in. Well, one other thing to look out for with these machines, and excuse the state of this machine, it's a parts machine as well, is and it is a problem that can be overcome because the parts are available. If you have a look, and an easy way to check this is to raise the presser foot and push down on the front of the presser foot there on the toe and unclip the presser foot, and you will see, we'll slide this back, and the plate here is magnetically held on, so you just get your finger under it and take it off there. Yeah, sorry, it's a bit grimy in here, but on this feed dog here, you want to inspect that. Give it a wee clean first of all, just with even just a pair of tweezers or something. And what you're looking for is that the rubber coating on this feed dog is complete and it hasn't worn off. Some machines that have had maybe a bit of a hard life, the rubber coating that goes around these feed dog teeth here, and here, can come off or perish. In fact, there's a little piece that's just fallen off feed dog now. So these ones are starting to go. I don't see this that often. I think this is probably the only machine in the stash of machines that I've got which is actually failing like this. And it's not really a big deal because the part's available. I think I found a part on Amazon for $10 US approximately, and so they're not difficult to find. And then it's just a matter of loosen two screws, and replace the feed dogs and screw the feed dog back into position. I'm doing another video on replacing the feed dogs, so keep an eye out for that one if you want help with that. And because there is a little bit of alignment to do, it's not a huge deal, but there is a little bit of aligning with the plate to do. The other thing to have, which is quite handy, is the manual, but it's not necessary. I guess you could find one online and download it. And also another handy thing is the little quick reference card here, so you can line up what type of seam you want to do. It gives you a rundown of all the settings: tension, stitch style selection, your width and needle positioning, your stitch length, speed, the manual, the page of the manual that you will find reference to, what presser foot you should be using, and the type of stitch that you can use in this mode. So that's quite handy. Again, not necessary. It's double-sided. That's probably quite handy to have, and they live often in this little receptacle here inside the case, so that you'll quite often find them hiding in there. So that's a quick sort of buyer's guide to the 700 series Singer machines, and I hope that doesn't sort of scare people away from buying these machines if they see them, because they are a great machine. And as I say, there's just that one gear that if that fails, that's a bit of a deal breaker, and that doesn't happen all that often. I think if the machine's been looked after, I don't think there's going to be an imminent problem with the gear going to break straight away or anything like that. And the other issues that I've pointed out are not really major issues. They just sort of come with the territory with any older machine really, and all of those problems can be overcome. So that's it for now, and keep an eye out for more Singer 700 series videos, and I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you very much for watching.